Meanwhile, new reports describe the White House in, quote, disarray in the months leading up to the rollout of Obamacare.
Yeah, the Washington Examiner reporting that emails from a top health and human services official expressed frustration with the White House as early as May. Let's debate this. Jonathan Collegio is a Republican strategist and director of communications for the super PAC American Crossroads. And Marjorie Clifton is a former consultant to the Obama campaign and CEO of Clifton. Thanks so much for being here, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Absolutely.
Marjorie, let me start with you. Let me show our viewers these emails that came out, okay? This is from May 1st from an HHS official. Here's what it says there. I'll read it for you since it's sort of hard to see. I think we need to have a come to Jesus meeting with our friends over there. I think they are in disarray. I don't know who's in charge on health care. He's talking about the White House. How could a campaign, an Obama campaign that you know well, you worked on, that was famous for being so disciplined, have been in such disarray in the White House over Obamacare?
Well, I don't think it would be the first time you've seen an employee of any administration have a come to Jesus. I love that term. I think it's hilarious. But there's 83,000 HHS employees. And there's no question, I don't think anyone would deny that the rollout was a real challenge. And look, we're trying to move one of the largest pieces of legislation we've seen in history. And look, it was a mess. It was a blundering thing. I don't think it's anything new. And I think now it's trying to problem solve and figure out how do we apply some of that discipline to make this policy work. But I think the fundamental thing that's really changed is that the political climate right now has Republicans and Democrats where we used to come together and sit down and try to problem solve around legislation, completely divided, and it's actually hurting the outcomes right now.
Well, Jonathan, it's not just the rollout. I mean, it's all the delays and extensions and this sort of thing. I mean, look, you got 29 or so delays since this started, so it seems it's more, they need a different type of come to Jesus meeting on this, perhaps.
I want to take issue with one thing that Marjorie said. She talked about the 83,000 employees at HHS. This was the director of external relations talking about the White House and saying the most surprising thing to me was that he said, we don't know who's in charge over there. This is the biggest rollout of a government program since Medicare, and this confirms everyone's worst fears about what was going on at the White House at that time. People are wondering why the president hasn't fired anybody over the rollout. It might be because no one was actually in charge. At least that's what we're hearing from these emails.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously we do know that Secretary Sebelius was supposed to be in charge and spearheading this. Marjorie, do these emails suggest that she did know more than she has let on, or at least she should have known?
They don't suggest anything other than somebody being absolutely frustrated, which there were a lot of people. And again, you see this in any administration. This is nothing new. And it's not pointed at one person. There are a lot of moving parts on this. And I think the question is now, how do we go in and actually tweak pieces of this legislation to make it work for everyone? It wasn't designed to be perfect because there are a lot of unknowns in practice how it's actually going to work.
Well, Jonathan, how do you do that? I mean, how do you make it work for everyone? Apparently, the number of young people that they need are not signing up, and they're having all these type of problems.
Yeah, I mean, just today over at the Huffington Post, Sebelius did a live webcast over there, and she downplayed the goal for signups from 7 million to 6 million. I think that this means that if they're already going down and saying we're expecting 1 million less people to sign up for this program, that's going to cause all kinds of problems up and down the law because they need those signups in order to pay for all the new costs of the program.
They sure do, and we found out also that, small business is going to be hurt more than we knew. So every week it seems that there are new wrinkles that they have to iron out.
Drip, drip, drip.
Yeah, Marjorie.
I think we all just need to work together, do a little, relationship building. We'll figure this out. We just need to work on it together.
They should put Marjorie and me in charge of it.
Yes, let's do one big kumbaya moment. We're starting right here, right now. Marjorie, Jonathan,
That's
thanks.
right.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm obviously